Take 50. Today we are heading out to Galveston, Texas, doing a little short beach trip. We're going to be staying at the Holiday Inn Club Vacations Beach Resort is the exact name. I keep forgetting the exact name of the hotel, but I do want to be specific because there is a few other Holiday Inns that you can stay on Galveston. So this hotel, we really booked it because it's the only one that we were able to find for a decent price, where the hotel is right on the beach and you don't have to cross over a street to actually get to the beach, because my girlfriend and I, we don't really want to have to be crossing over a busy street to get to the beach, and then you got cars zooming back and forth while you're trying to relax on the beach. So this one is a little bit out of the way, so hopefully it's a little bit more peaceful, a little bit nicer. And keep in mind, this is the first time I have ever been to Galveston, so I'm gonna see if I personally like it or not. Hopefully we have a good time. We're about 3 hours out at this point, so I'll see you guys when we get to the hotel. Just stopped at Buc-ee's. I'm gonna go ahead and eat up this cinnamon roll and finish my coffee, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Or anything. Right. Here we are on the 3rd floor at W33. Gonna go ahead and open this up. And we actually have this first entry door right here. And then there's a room on each side. So you got W33A over here on the left. And then on the right is going to be our room, W33B. And we can go ahead and open this up. And first, over here on the left side, we got the living area with a little couch, TV, and a little breakfast nook right here. Then what I really enjoy about this room is that we have a full-sized refrigerator here, full-size sink, little mini dishwasher, a stovetop, and a microwave. So I really enjoy that we'll be able to cook some breakfast or something if we decide to while we're here. And we have the extra fridge space right here, which is really nice because I hate those little tiny hotel mini fridges. And as you guys can see, we do have a partial beach view with a little tiny balcony right here, and it looks really nice. And this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. So it's the road, the hotel here, and then the beach. So for us to get to the beach, we do not have to cross over the busy street like further up the island. So that's really a big reason why we decided to stay here. And even over here in the living room, from this window, we got a good view of the Galveston Island itself. Then we can also still see the beach a little bit. The parking lot, not super pretty or anything. Looks like they had a little bit of rain out here, but not the end of the world. And we did request the highest room that they had, and the highest room that they had was on the 3rd floor. So that's why we ended up here. We really wanted like the 5th floor, but they just didn't have it available. Turning back around from the living and kitchen area, we got the bathroom over here on the left. Got a full-size toilet, shower, and sink, and there I am right there. Everything looking good. And thank goodness at this hotel there is a fan in the bathroom. A bunch of hotels that we have been to have not had this feature, so I'm grateful. And this hotel, you can tell it's a little bit older, but at least they try and keep it looking nice. It's obviously been renovated a couple times, but I don't have a problem with it as long as the room is clean like it is here and it doesn't look terrible. So as you guys can see, it's clean, it's nice, and unlike Margaritaville, if you guys missed that video, check out the link up top and down below in the description. The air conditioning is working right here. As you guys can see, we didn't come in and the bed was drenched because they had the air off. Lastly, we got the bedroom right here. We got another TV over here and then a queen sized bed. But overall, really happy with the room and everything that it has to offer. It's more like a suite rather than just like a normal hotel room. So my girlfriend and I really enjoy that so far because we have a little bit extra space and we can cook and store a lot more stuff in the fridge if we need to. Finally got to Galveston, Texas. The room is looking good. Hotel is nice, it's clean, the air works, everything is good to go. So now we're gonna go ahead and grab our things and unload, and I'll see you guys a little later. Something I just noticed, guys, is that out here in the hallway, there's also a little washer and dryer. It doesn't look like you have to pay for it either. So this is definitely a nice bonus because we can wash our stuff, hopefully for free, fingers crossed, before we take off and not get the car all dirty and stuff. So this place is more like a little suite slash like studio apartment. So we're actually kind of enjoying it so far. And they even left some dish soap, a sponge, and some Tide so we can go ahead and wash dishes or wash clothes if we need to. So really nice that they kind of throw this in for us. It is now sunset, getting a little bit later in the day, and you guys can see we have a really good view of the beach and the sunset from this side of the hotel. So if you guys do decide to stay here, I highly recommend staying on this side because you don't have to deal with noise from the pool. You get a better beach view than the other side of the hotel, and you're facing directly towards the sunset in the evenings.
So pretty.
All right, guys, it is the evening now. We're heading out to dinner. We're gonna try out a spot called Katie's Seafood. It's over on the bay side of the island. We've never eaten anywhere out at Galveston before, so hopefully this food is good. And really, as far as the hotel goes, absolutely no complaints so far. It really has everything we need and then some. I really have nothing bad to say about it. Everything showing up went smooth, no problems or anything. I did book this through Capital One Travel, so they helped take care of it as well. Kind of used some of the travel credits from some of the problems we had at Margaritaville earlier this year. And they even texted me to make sure everything in the room was good to go, which was kind of nice because usually when you check into a hotel somewhere, they're just like, all right, screw you now, you know, figure it out for yourself. But here, at least they check in on you. The hotel itself is not like super nice and super luxurious, but for what we paid, I did not really expect that. But overall, I would recommend it so far. Everything is kept up well. Hotel's a little bit older, but that's not a big problem. But now I'm just gonna take it easy for the rest of the night. I'll take you guys along with us for dinner and show you guys what we decide to get and tell you if it's good or not and if we recommend the place. All right, guys, we went over to Katie's and decided we did not want seafood and didn't want anything on the menu there. So now we are at Doc. What's this place called? Doc Holidays. It's basically like Texas Roadhouse light. Probably just gonna end up getting like a cheeseburger or something right now because I'm just hungry and want to hang out for the rest of the night. Good morning, everybody. It is day one of us being at Galveston. Pouring myself some coffee here. Today we're basically just going to be hanging out at the beach and the pool and stuff. Just want to go ahead and give you a recap of last night. We ended up going over to Doc Holiday's and it was really good. I highly recommend that place. We just ended up getting some coconut shrimp and I got a cheeseburger. My girlfriend and I, we kind of split both of those and they turned out really good. I was surprised with how good the food was over there, and it was more our speed and we could kind of see the beach and the waves a little bit from inside the restaurant, which was cool. Right now I'm going to go ahead and drink up my coffee and then I'm going to walk you guys down, kind of show you the pool and show you the walk out to the beach and how peaceful and nice it is. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys down to the beach from the bedroom. It's actually really quick getting down to the beach and the pool itself, so it's really not a bad walk. And I'm happy that we don't have to cross the street like I keep telling you guys, because it is just too busy of a road out here to be trying to cross this type of a street to get to the beach itself. So I'm glad we have direct access without having to deal with all that mess, especially trying to lug all our stuff across the road would be kind of a little bit of a nightmare to me. And basically we just walk around here, go out this door, and then the lobby and front desk is over there. I'm not even gonna bother to show you guys that though, because it's not like super impressive or anything. Here's the front, nice enough, not super fancy or anything, but I mean good enough for my tastes. And then it is a little bit windy today, so I apologize for the wind noise. Here is the beach. Here is the pool itself. So here's the pool. It's got kind of a nice view out to the beach over here. So not too bad so far. And I do enjoy that it is an infinity pool like over here, because it just keeps it a little bit cleaner. And then even while you're sitting in the pool and sitting up on the side, you can still see the waves, which I appreciate. Then here is the boardwalk down to the beach. You got the little rinse off right here, which I always like to use so I'm not super sandy. Got a little beach volleyball over here. Then they even have a half court basketball over here, which I would like to do. I just honestly didn't bring a basketball. Then they got the little cheapy grills and a little spot to picnic. So again, nothing super fancy out here, but it definitely gets the job done. And it's a nice enough hotel for what we paid for it. And especially not having to cross the road, you guys can see how nice this is. I would say this is much better than most of the hotels out here, because even at the really nice hotels further up the island from where we're staying here, you have to cross that busy road, and we just really did not want to have to do that. Here's the basketball hoop and the beach volleyball over here. Then you also have this little restaurant that you can walk to right off the beach called the Tipsy Turtle, which is nice. Then at some point, if we come back here, we'll have to stay at one of these houses up here, because I really want to stay at one of those. Those things look really nice and fancy, if you guys can see these right here. And then again, if you stay on this side of the hotel looking that way, you kind of can't see the water because of these homes. So we kind of lucked out staying on this side of the hotel. Here's a quick look at the end of the boardwalk right here. You guys can see how close the beach is from here, the restaurant, the hotel. So it's really nice over here. Really a big fan of this spot right here because of this easy beach access. And you can come down here at night and not have to be worried about the crazy street. We went out to a restaurant further up the island and it's even busy on that street at nighttime. So you got to be really careful crossing over that street, especially if you bring little kids and stuff. All right, let's take a look at the beach. Here is the beach from the end of the boardwalk. You guys can see, really nice, really peaceful out here. And since we're here in late August, it's nice and dead, nice and quiet, which is what my girlfriend and I like. We don't like to deal with hordes of people, so that's why we're always trying to go at kind of a little bit of an off time when there's not so many people out here. Here it is a little bit on the way back. Pretty easy walk back to the hotel. So really no complaints. I'm glad that it's close and easy to get back, because a lot of the times we'll forget stuff and have to go back to the room. So I'm glad it's not like a 30-minute walk to get back to the hotel. So that was a quick look at the beach at Galveston, Texas for you guys, so you can see how easy it is to get down to the beach from this specific hotel. It's a lot easier than most of the hotels further up the island, and much safer, especially if you have little kids and stuff. You're not really going to want to try and cross a really busy street like further up the island. And here it's been extremely peaceful so far. We're always trying to go at off times because we don't want to deal with crowds and spring breakers and stuff. So that's kind of why we came late August, because it's still warm enough. Everybody's back in school, so it's not super crowded out here on the island or at the hotel. It's a lot of older people, a few younger people, but it's still not super busy. Nobody's acting really rowdy, and it's quite peaceful. At this point, I'll probably see you guys a little bit later. Gonna go grab my girlfriend, just hang out with her for the day. We are gonna hit up a coffee shop and probably another dinner spot today, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And I'll just put in some footage of that stuff so you guys can see exactly where we decide to go and what we decide to eat. Another quick look at the pool. You guys can see it is an infinity style pool, which I really like because it keeps it nice and clean, keeps a lot of debris out of the top of the water. And there is a small hot tub right here as well. And again, you can see the beach pretty well from the pool area, which is definitely a huge plus. All right, guys, we just got back from spending some time at the beach and the pool, and you guys can see I'm out on the balcony where we actually have a pretty good view over here of the beach. Pretty nice, no complaints as far as the view goes. And right now we're getting ready. We're gonna go to the downtown district a little bit back further up Galveston. And we decided we're gonna eat brunch at a place called the Sunflower. It looks like a little bit of a cafe. So we'll get some breakfast and some coffee and stuff, and I'll take you guys along with us. Yeah. This place too. I don't know what this is. It's nice out today. All right, guys, we just finished up lunch over. All right, guys, we just finished up lunch over at the Sunflower Cafe. Definitely recommend this place. We both got 2 meals. I got the eggs Benedict. My girlfriend got the barbacoa omelet, and both were perfect. Really good. We also each got a coffee. I got the latte. My girlfriend got a caramel macchiato, which was really good. And then we also got some pastries. My girlfriend, she got a chocolate covered eclair, and I got the brownie cheesecake. All of the food and the coffees and stuff were really good. Highly recommend that place. Only downside is there's nowhere to really get this stupid auto stop start crap. And then what was I saying? I don't even remember now.
The only downside.
The only downside is that there's no view of the coast or anything. It's kind of just on the inside of the island. So I wish it kind of had a little bit better of a view, but overall not the end of the world. Now we're actually heading over to, oh, I guess this is where they have the, whoa, is this the cruise port right here? Take some footage of that.
Forget you.
Yeah, I'm boarding, guys. Check out this. It's actually, I think it's the Royal Caribbean cruise port.
I don't know if you can see it though.
Yeah, it looks like the Royal Caribbean cruise port over there. We were over there a few years ago, guys. You can check out that video in the description, but that was another time. We'll have to go on a cruise at some point, so you guys stay tuned for that. But we're headed over to the historic district now to do some shopping and stuff. Just gonna throw in some footage of that so you guys can see it while we're walking around, and then we'll just end up hanging out at the beach and the pool a little bit today, and then we'll pick a spot for dinner, and that's gonna be it. Tonight is our last night. This is kind of a short 2-night trip, and then we'll be headed back tomorrow. Just wanted to get out, hit the beach a little bit before we get into the fall months and stuff. So just a little quick trip. And I guess this is, yeah, I didn't even recognize it over here. But yeah, the cruise port and everything is down that way, and so we're heading a little bit away from that, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Here is the historic district. We'll just find a place to park over here, and then we'll just, do they not have a stop sign? I don't know how to drive, guys, but we'll just end up walking around here a little bit and checking it out. All right, everybody, they decided to try and charge us for parking, and there's not really anything that we see that we want to really go to that bad where we're gonna go ahead and pay for parking. So we're just gonna head over back to the seawall, which is basically the area of the road where you can see the beach. They call it the seawall here, I guess. And we're just gonna go to a souvenir shop probably over there so we can kind of hang out and walk up and down the side of the beach and kind of see the water a little bit. Mostly it looks like bars and like some cheesy restaurants and stuff over here in the downtown area. But for us, we like to hang out more around the beach because that's why we come to the beach. We don't really just want to hang out in a parking lot, you know, and walk around, and there just really wasn't anything that was that eye-catching. So we're gonna head back over to where we can actually see the water, see the beach, and where it's a little bit more chill, and shop around a little bit. This is kind of cool. I kind of like this. Oh, we came over here. Hopefully they're not closed already.
I know, I'm a little worried. Let's see where they're sleeping.
Yeah. All right, guys, we just left the hotel, and checkout was 10 a.m., but I asked them if we could leave at about 11 a.m. because 10 a.m. was just a little bit too early for us. So they did say it's cool, just go ahead and make sure you're out by 11 a.m. So we're officially gone. And last night we did decide to eat at an Italian restaurant. It was called Mario's, a little bit further up the island from where we were at. Highly recommend that place. Really good food and cool vibes. And I would recommend the hotel overall. It's not the nicest hotel hotel I've ever been to, but it's kind of nice and secluded away from all the traffic noise and everything. And it was really nice being able to walk down to the beach without having to cross a really busy street, because that's just a little bit dangerous. And then even when you get over to the beach, it's like you're sitting on the beach and there's people driving up and down the road, so it's just not super peaceful. Definitely would come back to this hotel. Everything went smoothly. There was no problems checking in like at Margaritaville where the air wasn't working and stuff. Pool could have been a little bit nicer, but overall wasn't terrible. You did have a nice view of the beach from the pool. Let me know if you guys have any questions. We got to get out of here today. We're gonna go hit up the Sunflower one more time, so I'll go ahead and just put in some footage of whatever we decide to eat there, and that'll be it for today. I appreciate you guys watching, and if you have any questions at all, make sure you leave them down below in the comments.